Starburns Audio.
Thank you for listening to the Starburns Audio Podcast Network. We have so many great comedy shows to add to your playlist. Just last week on Starburns Audio, on the Season 2 premiere of Humans Who Make Games, Adam Conover talks to comedian Ron Funches and Jean Goudon, creative director of the Assassin's Creed series. On Boogie Monster, Kyle Kinane and Dave Stone share a perfect recipe for the quarantined cook. This week on Profiles and Eccentricity, they cover the history of the Coruscant Unity cult, folks for whom a flat earth is ridiculous because they believe it's really a concave shell. Search Starburns Audio on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or any podcast platform for our full list of shows, featuring hosts like Joe Coy, Amanda Seals, Jessica Chobot, and Jackie Johnson. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Starburns Audio. Enjoy the show. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep laughing.
It's a good show.
Dan and Ran and Jay will share tales of folks so unaware they lack in grace and sometimes choose the life they choose will make the news. Breaking down each epic fail in Florida, there's half-price bail. I'm happy to say they couldn't make this up. So listen to our podcast jam with co-host Arm and Dan. Benders, don't be a jerk, cause when the music hits, the funny hits, and we are gonna take you down. Stick around. Make a sound, hunker down, it's Dumb People Town.
Hey Townies, welcome to another episode of Dumb People Town. Population U.
Population Borg.
Flula Borg.
A good day to you.
Yes, good day to you, sir. Flula, it is so nice to have you on the show. The first time you've ever done Dumb People Town. You did the old podcast back in the day. But
yeah, R.I.P. Very great.
Yeah, that's great. That's what we say at the end of our episode. R.I.P. Very great.
Yes. Your energy is infectious. I think we're all going to be talking like you by the end of this episode. You're like the German Brody Stevens.
Come to my side. Come to my side. Brody Stevens, the famous swimmer?
No.
The famous hiker?
No.
He was a good free throw shooter?
No.
Who is Brody Stevens?
If you go to pitching, you'll be getting closer.
He played. No, he's
Brody.
Yes. You got it. You got it.
Brody
Comedy.
Stevens. Throw the high heat.
So there is an energy that you have that, again, rubs off on all that are around you. I believe you'll be perfect for Dumb People Town because I feel like you want to see the good in everybody. Am I right?
Of course. That? If you don't do it, then what is the purpose? Everybody slash your inner thighs.
Right.
Exactly right.
You know?
Yeah. Hannibal did that to a character in one of those books.
Did he?
Yeah, just a little... Walked past the guy and just gave him a little...
Goodbye.
Yep. The guy didn't even know.
Oh.
Yeah.
The inner thigh or the hamstring?
No, inner thigh. Caught the vein. The guy thought he had been like pinched as he walked by, and then Hannibal
bled
just
out
stood
like
back
a deer.
and watched him bleed. He didn't even know he was bleeding out.
And he wow.
Yeah.
Good times.
Hannibal Buress?
No, Hannibal Buress.
No, it was Hannibal.
Hannibal Buress.
Yeah.
Did it to Cosby. Did that to Cosby.
Wow. Good Cosby. He got Cosby.
Figuratively, slowly watched him bleed out, and it all came to its end. But and so I am actually super excited to hear your take on what is going on because we believe the world is getting dumber. And there was a great game that was played. I forgot who did it. Florida or Germany? Because I believe you hail from Germany.
I do. Yes.
What part of Germany are you from?
I'm from a small town, but it's close to Nuremberg. You know, the trials.
I don't remember ever hearing that as a Jew. It's weird to have headphones on and be talking to you and talk about the Nuremberg trial.
Sorry once more. Just everyone blanket apology for everything.
You don't need to apologize.
Okay.
You do not need to apologize.
Well, maybe.
You personally don't need to apologize. Please, dear God, no. So, the Florida or Germany thing is like there's crazy stuff that happens in both places. I think I understand in Florida because it's just... They released a police blotter, and also Florida is... It's like the Wild West of stupidity.
Oh, I love it.
Okay. Germany feels like post-World War II, there's a lot of guilt. There's like repression on the top, and then underneath just craziness, right?
Yes, it's like a 7-layer cake of confusion. Yes, absolutely.
Like there's stuff going on in Berlin right now that like the four of us, can't even understand it. We couldn't understand
We would not believe it. It's like when the Native Americans saw the ships in the ocean, like not a ship, that's definitely a peacock, and then boom,
a ship came
here comes the smallpox.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's every time you go to a German club.
Every time.
Yeah, so we get stories, we believe the world's getting dumber, and we get stories sent to us by our good friends and our good sort of our wonderful base of
Our ears on the dumb ground.
Our ears on the dumb ground, and they've got the ear to it. They're listening to it, and we've got a great story to start off with. Daniel,
We do. This was sent in by Mrs. Sack at Mrs._Sack.
Thank you.
S-A-K.
Oh, okay.
Sack.
I'm going to read you the headline. Local doctor found passed out with hand around penis. Just giving himself a checkup?
What kind of a doctor?
Do we know who's? May we ask questions? Or
Yes.
does it specifying whose penis is
I know
it?
it doesn't. What a shoddy
question.
headline. That is a big distinction.
But if it's your
Dan, is
penis, it's one thing.
Now, is this like the DUI situation? Like,
Get your hand off the.
if your hand is not on the penis when you pass out, then you don't get a
Right.
sexual sexual violation.
Yeah,
take
you'd
the
be
keys out
fine.
of the car and your hand off the penis.
Right.
If you're gonna pass out.
If you're going to pass
These
out.
are tips. Life hack.
Vero
Dan,
Beach.
speaking of
life
tips, let's get to the penis.
Oh, I like it.
Vero Beach, Florida. A local doctor was found passed out in a vehicle Monday night at the Indian River Mall. That's where it's going down, guys. IRM if you're nasty.
Is it weird that I want it to be Dr. Phil so badly? I want that to be the doctor.
What's his real name? Philip.
Oh, Dawson?
Phil McGraw?
Phil McGraw.
Phil McGraw.
Where did
Yeah.
I get Phil
McGraw.
Dawson? Who's Phil
He's
Dawson?
Tim McGraw's uncle, which
He's
is
not
a
Tim
small.
McGraw's uncle.
Of course he is.
No. I believed him. I believed
Me
him for a
too.
quick
I did
second.
for one second.
I believed him still.
Same. I'm choosing
no.
Even as he shook his head and said, no, that's
yeah,
not
I
true.
was like, no,
You were like,
that's part of
I'm
my
buying
new
it.
world.
Why
would
That's
you
the world I
contradict
live in.
yourself?
I know they're never Trumpers. I'm a never Googler, so I don't verify these things.
Sometimes when you're with people like at a restaurant or a bar or a green room or whatever, and somebody's like, "That's no way that's true," and you know it is, or you just think it is, you're not sure, and they're like, "Let's Google it." I tell people, I'm like, "No, let's not."
Let's not.
I agree.
Let's just
Let's
keep
live in
having
the
this
argument. Let's
conversation.
live in the argument.
Yes.
Why settle it?
Meanwhile, I want you to
Exactly.
know, Dan, on his computer just now, just went into Dr. Phil's Wikipedia page and added that.
and call
Tim
our
McGraw's uncle.
conversation.
Perfect.
Yeah. No, but I want that to stay. And then
Yes.
I want that person to try and tell me why they think I'm wrong or they're right. And then we'll bring into question other ways in which I think
yes.
they're wrong about things. And you get to keep
It
going.
opens you up to
Google
further.
ends it.
That's
Google
right.
ends the
It kills creativity.
Right.
Kills it. Kills
And besides,
imagination.
Too
stuff
much
that-
knowledge. Too much at our fingertips.
Remember, like things we would hear in like when we were kids about like, oh, did you hear about Cyndi Lauper? What she really like? What? And it's always a lie.
Oh, yes.
But Google kept us talking to each other about weird celebrity shit that was
pre-Google,
never.
pre-Google.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
We
not
would-
having Google
not
kept
having
us
it, we
talking
would-
about.
yes.
Like, but whatever. Like
The yellow dyes number 5.
Yes.
Everyone was telling me it makes your genitals very, very tiny, and so no one would eat those. You
Yeah.
would open the Skittles, and all the yellow Skittles are just
Was
on
left.
the yeah,
Yeah.
because everyone had penises
yeah,
shrinking
except for the
fears.
kid that
And-
had enlargement and was like, I want to go down.
You want to go down too much? Too much? Give me the
Give me
yellows.
2 yellows and give me a red.
That'd be
3
a
yellows and a
pro
red.
level,
I got it.
like young man move. You're like,
be like,
I need to lose some.
I gotta
Yeah,
yellow my
too
shit
much.
down. I gotta yellow. I gotta
That's
yellow it down
nice.
a notch.
I gotta yellow it down a notch. By the way, that should be the term if somebody is way too high in terms of like energy and everything. You gotta be like, bro, you gotta yellow it down a
Yeah,
little
get
bit.
some
I
number
like
5
this.
in your life.
Some number 5 in there and yellow it down.
All right, so doctor, we don't know who it is at a mall.
A local
at a mall
doctor
passed out
in
with
Florida.
hand.
At the-
Indian River Mall.
Yeah, which feels offensive to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Native
The Indian
American
River Mall.
Native American river.
He was found passed on his vehicle in the mall parking lot with his pants down and one hand around his penis, according to the Indian River County Sheriff's Office. They're offending me too, slightly with their talk.
Okay.
The vehicle was stuck in the mall's parking lot island. I hope that I know it's
Convertible?
not.
Like
No,
a moat.
but
Like
I
a moat,
want it to
a
be. I want
drawbridge.
somewhere in Florida
Can
that
I
they were
ask a
like, we can put
question?
a goddamn island in the middle of this parking lot.
Nobody's
is that Dr. Phil?
That'd be a little bit deeper down
that's
here.
good.
Deeper down here.
Oh, I like it.
I'm gonna
Dan-
ask you right now to look him in the eye.
And where are we?
And say I'm committed to being a better dad.
I'm committed to being a better
I don't
dad.
believe you. No one here believes you. Y'all believe him right now. See, they don't believe
I believe you.
That's part of the problem. You also can't get people to believe you. I mean, that's like getting your hair cut in a bald man factory right there.
That doesn't mean anything. Can I ask a question that will get everybody yelling at their computers at Sklar Brothers? Was it a stick shift?
Oh, Randy.
So he had it in his hand.
I like it.
I hope it was. Okay, so he's stuck in the mall's parking lot island, which is just a cement
Right.
We assume. We still
But
don't
we
know.
hope.
We have not received
We're not going to
confirmation.
Google it.
It's not a
We're
desert
gonna
island.
find out.
Don't Google it.
Don't Google it.
There's a moat. There's a moat at the IRM.
Right.
Could
It's
be
like
a
Tom
moat.
Sawyer's Island at
Could be a
Disneyland.
desert island.
I love it.
They identified Luis Arturo Cisneros. Pretty cool name.
MD.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. Of Vero Beach, unresponsive. The vehicle was still running and in reverse.
What?
Just like his life right now.
Still running and in reverse.
Did I go too strong?
No, I think that
that
was
was
a
perfect.
perfect
Thank
metaphor.
So let's think about this. He's passed out with his hand around his junk, right?
Yeah.
Car's running in reverse.
And stuck. It is trapped.
Stuck in the island.
Yeah.
Which means the series of events, if I'm right here, would be lost control of car gets stuck.
Penis out.
That's what I'm saying. When does the penis come out? Can't remove car. Does he give up when it's in reverse? And I was like, well, screw it. I'm here. I might as well enjoy myself.
Do we know what is the reason for the unconsciousness?
Probably, I'm going to assume alcohol if I remember. I read this a long
I
time
would
ago.
say, what if he was masturbating while watching
Yes.
young shoppers?
No, this is the middle of the night.
Oh, but I was going to say maybe he got caught. Maybe someone saw him and he immediately threw it in reverse and went over the island, knocked his head, and
I'm
passed
assuming
out.
he's stuck forward. Maybe he's stuck in reverse into the island.
Oh, yes.
That's what I was thinking.
Cisneros, who's a physician at the Indian River Medical Center, had the doors to the vehicle locked for privacy.
But the windows down.
First of all, is that ever of note in your? Are
don't
any of you
underst-
guys driving around with your car doors unlocked?
It's a strange
soon as-
detail.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's like yes.
The car
wheel-
does it for you.
It's like saying he had the wheels on his car.
Right.
Let me just be clear.
Let me
the
be clear.
wheel
Both
were all four
mirrors were
connected.
His
there.
car had headlights.
Yeah,
Both mirrors.
both the headlights
mirrors
were on
were
the car.
attached.
Deputies had to break out the driver's side window after making several attempts to wake up Luis.
By the way, that's like when,
Luis.
like, have you ever been
Luis.
to New York and there's like a real estate agent? You know, all the apartments in New York are terrible. They're just tiny
Yes.
and terrible.
Sad. Yes.
And the way a real estate agent sells it, you know, like, well, I mean, and as you can see right here, there's a window with a view outside. You're like, what is that? You know, and there's
opposed to a
and
painted over
guys.
window.
There's a lovely,
bathroom with a toilet.
but lovely hallway that makes
Connects all rooms.
connects all the rooms. You're like, why are you telling me stuff that
hallway with a
You gotta
raised
fill
ceiling
it.
that you can walk down.
still like the old Chris Rock bit? I take care of my kids.
You
have to. You're
you want a
supposed
cookie?
to.
Would you like a cookie?
Yeah,
You
you're
do that?
supposed
Yes.
to. Oh, the hallway goes and connects all the rooms. Great. That's what
The
apartments
best-
should be.
The best example of this was Beth Stelling on the Crab Feast, and she was talking about like a stepdad she had or something, and she was like, he was a good guy. I mean, he drove us to school every day. And Ryan and Jay were like, whoa.
That's your criteria for
I
a good
know.
guy?
I know,
That's
but
the
she was like-
pinnacle. Yes.
They were like, that does not make somebody a good dad. That makes them a functioning dad.
A good
Your
Uber driver.
parents? Are your parents still alive?
My father and mother still have pulses.
And they are in Germany still?
Yes, they are still.
What do
in
they
Germany.
Still together? Are they still
No,
married?
they are still together. Yes.
Still married to
What do
each
they think about what you're doing? Are they
Oh,
they
in
go
my
see
life?
You, yeah, so they see you in Pitch Perfect and they're just ecstatic.
They're highly confused for all the other moments of my life, but if they see a thing that has occurred that other people have made like that, that's
Yeah.
good. But like,
Oh, yeah.
they don't understand what is a podcast, what is a video,
What
what
is
is
a
a tweet,
YouTube channel,
What,
but
But if
no.
it's in a movie theater
Yes.
or on TV, they're
Yes.
like,
You have
did
to
it.
continue to do enough traditional things that in order
In
for
my mind, and I know this is not the case,
I want it to be true.
they're both 94, and they both work in a clock shop.
In my dreams, they do this as
like
well.
they make tiny glockenspiels.
Tiny glockenspiels for each other, not even for public.
just for fun.
Yeah.
not for sale.
Just
Just
And people keep asking.
That's not what
for
they
them.
do.
And
They
they're like,
won't do it.
No.
They don't have time. They're busy making the
I'm
glockenspiel for...
making fun for Horst.
Yeah, and I'm making one for
What are their
Gabi.
names? What are their names?
It's, well, Horst.
Come on, for real.
Yeah,
What are
Horst
their
and Gabi.
names?
I thought you Googled this.
No.
Yeah, Horst and Gabi.
Your dad's name is Horst?
Yeah.
You
So we
just
had an-
guessed.
we had
his
an
dad.
extra-
Horst and Gabby are your
Yes.
Okay, so we had a next door neighbor who was a German doctor named Horst.
Stop it.
Horst Zeckert. So that was the first name I came up with, and that's what I
Don't
guessed.
kill your own amazement.
Oh,
Well,
that's
say-
Horst
hold
is that there's an age, and the Horst is a common. It's like the
Right.
Tommy of
Yeah,
the
exactly.
40s and 50s.
Everybody
right.
named their kid
It's
Horst.
like Herb in
But-
America.
Everybody heard until 19...
Right. Well, that's what I said. In the last 20 years, has a Gary been born in America?
No.
That's 20 years.
Gary.
Gary Goldman, but I mean,
In the last
I
20
know a
years,
handful.
there's a basketball player, Gary Harris. That's all I have.
Gary Harris, who played for Michigan.
But he's
State.
like 26 or 27.
No, but that's good, man.
But that's accidental, probably.
That's
Gary
a family
Harris.
The
name.
fact that you pulled Gary Harris out is maybe more impressive than the fact that I pulled your father's name.
I don't know about this.
Horst.
No, I just assumed you had done your deep research.
No, I don't believe in Google.
I just like that between Gary Harris and Best Selling, we're covering all the bases for any name check anybody wants.
Every demographic.
Shout out to Best Selling. That's a great episode of the Crab Feast.
Phenomenal. She's hilarious.
I will watch it.
Horst and Gabby.
Yeah, Horst and Gabi. Yeah.
Don't sell those clocks. Here we go.
So you got this guy. He's
Yes.
a pediatrician?
No. Please,
Oh,
dear
yes.
God.
Please, dear God, don't be
No,
He's
he
a
works as a
physician.
It is.
physician.
These
He's a
things aren't
physician.
related.
Yeah, fine.
Okay. Hand on
Deputies had to
anus.
break
His
out the
hand is on his dick
On
and
his
a ball.
pee-pee.
And
On
they,
his
had to,
pee-pee.
and they had to break the window.
I think
to get
we're
in.
going to get to a point where we realize he didn't know where he was.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Deputies had to break out of the driver's side window after making several attempts to wake up Luis. So that is, you are out.
You are screaming. What are these attempts?
Knocking
I think
on
knock. Unless you're the cop that loves to break windows, you're like a little like,
Tick, 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 tick.
oh,
yeah.
guys, he's not waking up.
I'm going to break
Guys,
out.
I think I
Have you
should break the
tried
window.
hard enough?
Whoa, Dave. We don't need to go
Gary,
straight
wait. Gary, wait.
I'm 19 and ready to go.
Gary.
Now, there's a moment where if he realizes that cops are knocking on the thing, and if he pretends to be passed
Keeps
out,
it, but slowly
maybe.
tries to move his
no,
hands
but he's
so
just
slow
like
that nobody
making it
noticed.
like, wow,
Yeah.
I had a bad chemical reaction. I didn't know what I was doing.
Right.
It makes it seem like less
intentional.
intentional.
Yeah.
I wonder if the window breaking even woke him up then.
No.
If he
Maybe
was
not.
faking it and held his composure through a window break.
Solid.
Okay, but you're breaking it in towards his face.
Oh, yeah.
I know, there's no other option.
Right.
Ooh, yeah, maybe break the back window
That's
and
what I
open
was
the
gonna
door.
say,
Why would
too.
you break
Yeah.
the
Then you
break the
crawl
pass?
in. That's creepy.
Yeah, or
Very
even-
Santa Claus of you. Yes.
Would you?
like
this
a
is
car clause.
This is probably making it more real than we ever do in Dumb People Town. If the cops broke the window next to him, because you can also go to the other
side,
and
yes.
like glass went into his eye, could he sue the police department?
yes,
You
yes,
think?
he could.
Of course.
He's not resisting.
No.
In
He's not-
America, you have had sued because your coffee was too warm for your pee-pee.
You're right.
Yes.
You're
So-
right.
Boom.
Yeah.
That's how I order it.
It's too warm for your pee-pee.
Yeah. I get escorted out a lot.
By the way,
Do you want iced or do you want regular?
and that
How hot
was
do you want it?
I want it too warm for my BP.
and by the way,
pee-pee.
that was the
Copy that.
follow-up song to "I'm Too Sexy for My Car."
It is. It's too warm for my
I'm
pee-pee.
Too warm for
My
my pee-pee.
pee-pee.
Too warm for my pee-pee.
I'm a model. You know what? Yeah,
It was good.
You could have done that song.
I did.
You will definitely do the, the
Don't
remake.
Google it. He did. Don't
Google
Google
it.
Don't Google it.
Don't cook, but buy the single.
Yes.
That's right. He did see Reboot.
Deputies could smell a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage.
If they reboot a German song, is it called Das Reboot?
Yeah,
Yep.
of course.
Yep.
At Sklars.
I know. I'm not. No.
That was a good one.
That was pretty good.
That's
In the vehicle, they found an empty bottle of tequila, and
Unrelated.
this is where Dumb
Unrelated.
People Town Dumb People Town has synchronicities that are perfect.
Yeah.
They found an empty bottle of tequila and an empty bottle of Climax whiskey. Now, if you've got your hand around your junk, what else should you be
no
drinking?
other
That's,
whiskey to
lean
drink.
over and grab
that's
some.
the print ad right
That's
there.
The high point. Climax
It is.
whiskey.
Right.
That man on a moat, surrounded by a moat.
Yes, exactly.
I would say
Mount Gay Rum, maybe.
I'd say Climax whiskey. Grab everything.
Oh, I like it.
I didn't even know it was a thing until this. An empty bottle of Climax whiskey on the passenger's front seat. That's his riding buddy.
Hey.
Yeah. When the deputy...
You've met my
okay.
associate.
Yeah. Hey, we gotta go. When the deputy
Put your seatbelt on.
asked Luis what happened, he answered, no.
Yeah.
That is what you want. Hey,
Yeah.
man.
What happened here?
No. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Are
Back it
you
up.
feeling okay?
Thursday.
Okay, here we go. Oh, this is great, too. When deputies asked Luis what happened, he answered, quote, no, and began to move his hands in slow motion towards his eyes, then pointed at the deputy. I wanted to... We go, it's like up and at your eye and then point at them. Is that like a like...
Oh, what if he was like
doing
the
like two
You
eyes?
mess with the bull
I
type
see
thing?
you.
Oh,
I see you. Kind of the meet the parents.
in
like,
slow motion, though.
Well, it feels like baby object permanence. You know,
Yes,
you're just for the
exactly.
first time you're seeing. Maybe
Right.
you've traveled back. I
if
don't
you
know.
close your eyes, he disappears.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
kind of thing.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
now
yeah.
And I hope
he's
the cop
recognized.
was like chill about it. It was like, what are you doing? You pointing at your eye?
Yeah.
Now you're pointing at me, huh?
Yeah.
Can you get out of the car?
Yes.
What's your name? Oh, look who's pointing. Guys, come here. He's pointing at all of us.
He can point.
We see your pee-pee, but you got to pull your pants
Put
up.
your
And he
pants
just
back
slowly,
up.
What's
this
that
is great
down
for
there?
podcasts. It's just a slow point and then point at the car. He's like, I know, yeah, we established that.
Do
You see me.
Hey, let me ask you this before we arrest you. Do you want white shells or chicken nuggets for dinner?
Nuggets.
Oh,
yeah, no.
That he
no.
answers. That is like,
That is
nuggets. Are you crazy?
Got his hands on his nuggets.
Okay, he wants nuggets and do some broccoli so he gets some vegetables.
Luis could not get out of the vehicle on his own.
Yep.
To be fair, too,
Naturally.
it denotes sexuality to be touching your own genitals.
Yes.
However, he was not doing anything. He literally could have thought, like, I'm going to get ready to go pee, and then when I get out of here, I'll be ready. Like, it could have been something as
Dan,
innocuous.
you're coming up with such a scenario for this.
Are you,
guy.
are you his lawyer?
No, maybe he's just had a lot of calories, tight jeans, and he needs some comfort.
Loosen
go.
it up.
I'm
There
in
you
the
go.
living
He's
room.
been avoiding those yellows. He's ready to go.
He's dropped those yellows.
I mean, don't be wrong. You're getting arrested for exposure, but hopefully he was just like, I'll pee right here.
So,
in
Dan,
this car.
you're willing to file this under decent exposure.
I mean, I haven't seen the guy.
Okay.
EMS arrived because they just called more people to come check this out.
If your shirt is off, is that called northern exposure?
At Sklars Brothers.
No, that's at Flula Borg.
Okay. Is that your handle?
At Flula,
It's just
right?
at Flula. Yeah.
Flula.
Yeah, like a flu in Los Angeles. Yeah.
Flula.
He could not get out of the vehicle on his own, believe it or not. Quote, EMS arrived and assisted Luis to the stretcher. Luis was transported to the Indian River Medical Center. They have no clue what to name things in this town.
No.
Every single thing they name.
Indian River.
Well, that's where he works.
I guess. Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
He was
Guess who's coming into work with his pants down?
he was
Again.
he was treated
Again.
and released. Deputies then told Luis they were now conducting a criminal investigation. So they let him go to the hospital and like, we're going to catch up with you on the flip side.
Yeah. We're not done with you yet.
You know how you think you're free right now?
No.
When he was advised of his warnings, Luis stated, quote, no. His Miranda rights were given to him. He stated, quote, no. No matter what they're throwing his way, he's like, I've seen Law and Order.
I
I'm
know
not
the
saying
same now.
anything.
Sir, I'm
Right.
going to ask you a question, Luis. Will you be getting out and living on your own in freedom starting tomorrow?
No.
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 No, you won't.
Yeah, but that would be like, you got me.
Yeah,
All right.
I can't stop.
He was placed under arrest and transported where? The Indian River County
something.
Jail.
Yeah, okay.
Indian River County Jail.
It's comical, right?
Yes.
At some point, they were like, let's just keep doing it.
Yeah.
At the jail, Luis agreed to complete, he should have, to
Please.
complete some balance exercises. Do you think this is just for fun at this point?
Yeah.
He couldn't get out of the car. He can only say one word. Every place in your town is named Indian River.
He's
And
already been to the hospital.
He's already been to the hospital.
Do you want to do some balance exercises?
No.
and
No.
he
You wanna do
he
this?
points at you like, guys, come in here. He wants to do something.
He wants to do some balance.
Come into the living room. He's doing a show. Guys, everybody into the living room.
He wants to do his balance exercise.
Do you want to do your balance exercise? He points to his eyes. And he's
points to
pointing to us.
Right.
He wants to
Point
do
at us. Point at us if you want to do them. Did you guys put on living room shows? Fila,
Yeah,
did you
oh,
put
yeah.
on?
hell
Of course.
Yeah, we all did,
of
right?
course.
That's how we ended up
Do
here.
they have
If your
living
kids
rooms in
put-
Germany?
We have living rooms. Yeah, they're there.
I know you have basements because
Why
pretty
do-
much every story is about how a German man has like kept a woman down in the basement.
In
for a
the
long time.
Florida or
Yeah.
Germany
Yeah,
thinks
yeah,
it's a
yeah.
German man with a basement.
Under the floorboards.
Under
Maybe
the
it's
floor-
not a basement.
Nah, it's a
maybe
basement. He's
more-
kept a woman in there for a long time. Wasn't that a Germany thing?
If you're
I don't know.
I don't
I'm
think so.
pretending to not know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
if you have kids and you're listening to this and they don't want to put on living room shows, they're going to live a good life.
Yeah, you'll be happy to know that they won't
they're
go on
gonna
a show
go
with
to
them.
all
Good
4
point.
years of college, and they're going to use that degree towards something that they're going to make money off of.
If
It's
they're
the
putting on a
living room show kids where you're
you
like,
are
Warning
screwed.
signs.
that you're like us.
Canary in the coal mine.
Just
Yes.
get rid of your living room.
Okay. He said, I don't want any warnings. I don't want any. No, everything's
But he wants
no.
to do balance.
Now he wants to do balance exercises, which was later determined that he was too impaired to drive. I think he was too impaired to do anything.
When he was
Yes.
sleeping in his car and you had to bash the window in.
Right.
That's when I would have determined.
That's your
Luis then had to be restrained after refusing to comply with the correctional duties commands. When placed, this is where it gets bad for Luis.
Oh, no.
While placing him in a chair, which means very forcefully.
Yes.
Luis
Means
grabbed.
he was slammed into a chair.
Luis-
when they say we placed him into a
no.
chair, that
Right.
means his ass got thrown into
It's like
a chair.
when one of your kids says, "I just sat her down."
No,
No, you didn't.
No, you
Sit
didn't.
her down.
You sit her
like-
down by kicking her in the chest.
Do you have siblings?
No, but the words "just" I understand. When you start anything with "just,"
Yeah,
it means
yeah.
you did 10 times what
that's
you're saying.
exactly correct. Yes.
It's that old bit I used to do right now. If you put right now in front of anything, it's not going well.
What's going on with you these days?
Right now, I'm actually living.
Immediately you're like,
Flula, what's happening
right now,
for you, man?
Right now, I just moved right back home.
You also combined it with "actually," which is another one. Like,
Right.
oh
Dude,
no.
are you still going to U of I?
well,
right now I'm just working at
Right.
Safeway, but I am heading back there.
True story, because I feel so insecure about it. I don't know if this ever happened to any of you, I don't know if I thought of that or as a small child heard that bit somewhere. And so I refuse to do it on stage because I don't know.
I've never heard it.
I've never heard it.
Okay.
I've never heard it.
I think you're solid to do
I think
it.
you're
Do
straight.
you ever have that feeling where you're like, did I hear that or think of it?
Of course.
It terrifies me.
Right now, I don't know.
Very good. Ask Sklar Brothers thumbs up on that
Thank
one.
you.
That was good.
Luis grabbed the correctional deputy's genitals while being placed into the chair. Now,
Sir, these aren't
no.
yours.
Yep.
These aren't yours.
He's going for a twofer, guys.
Oh no.
No.
This is all my hands know how to do.
Then you are not a good doctor, sir. Luis was charged with DUI and is being held on a $1,000 bond. I am going to show you guys a picture of him.
Which, by the way,
then
ask you the age.
Then we're going to play Guess the Age.
Oh,
By the
Okay,
way,
great.
seeing a picture sometimes doesn't help. It
When I go
actually
picture
clouds it
first-
up even more.
Okay.
When I go picture first, I will tell you this.
What are you thinking of, Flula? What do you think this man looks like? If you haven't seen the picture, if you had to describe him without looking at him.
George Zimmerman with some more hair.
Okay,
more
George
hair.
Zimmerman with more hair.
Afro
More
George
hair.
Zimmerman.
That's good.
Okay.
Afro.
I'm thinking a super tan, like kind of worked out dude with like black
Workout
slick,
guy.
slick
Oh, like-
back hair.
I
Swole.
think it's
He's swole.
No,
Yeah,
he's
not
not swole.
swole, but
I think
close.
he's overweight, and I don't know. Well, I just think he's overweight and has glasses and is bald.
If you want to see what he looks like, you have to join the
Dumb People Town Facebook page. Are we at 20,000 yet?
Well, I think we are in terms of followers, but like
Likes.
real hardcore community likes, it's like 18.3.
Let's
as
get
of
up
today.
to 20,000.
What is the difference? So, and
I don't
what
know. Who
do we
knows?
need?
People can just follow it or they can like it and
No,
follow.
what is better?
like and follow.
Like and follow.
Like and follow everyone.
You want to know
Let's
what's
do
best?
it.
Yes.
Join in, comment, get into it. Jan Flato will always respond.
Oh my God!
He's
it's
back
so,
and
we
on a
read,
tear.
By the way, Dan, Randy, and I read all your comments.
Every one of them.
We do,
Yes.
and we love it. We
them
love the
so
engagement.
much.
Okay, show us the picture of this
Oh,
cat.
by the way, side note, I owe a couple of you a message back, and it's coming, I promise. Okay.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to show a picture of this man. You, sir, are our guest.
Okay.
So you can decide when we play Guess the AG if you want to go first, Tig, which is second, or third.
Oh,
okay.
Between
Ready?
the three of us, we gotta get
You
it.
are
I
guest-
choose the-
which order. Where do you want to guess? Here we go.
Oh my God!
There he is.
You're kind of right.
Kind of right.
A lot of hair. You were right about the hair.
Zimmerman.
And I can see a
He
guy.
looks
I
like he
can
works
see
out.
that
Some
doing
hair,
that.
but
Well,
yeah,
that
he has
neck-
the swollenness, as you
that
have said.
neck. And also, did you notice that Florida started doing a thing where everybody gets a barber's cape?
Yeah. When they do a headshot.
Everybody gets a haircut cape now in Florida.
When you
they-
receive the
By
photo.
the way,
Yeah.
he's a good-looking guy.
Oh, he's pretty
Let's
good
be
looking.
honest. Let's be 100% honest.
Hey,
This guy,
drink Climax whiskey. He knows what's up.
he's got nice eyebrows.
Okay.
I will go third if that's good.
You can go
I
third.
enjoy that.
Jason
Okay,
and Randy.
Jason.
That cat, he's been through medical school.
But in the Caribbean, so I don't know. That's why I'm just guessing.
To be fair.
I'm guessing he
gonna
got his degree in Montserrat in 6 months, but that's just me.
I'm going to say he's 35 years old.
35 years old from Jason Sklar. Randy Sklar.
I think he's a little younger. I think he's just out of medical school. I don't think he is a doctor with any level of. I think he tells people he's a doctor a lot more than like there are people who are.
Like when he puts his name in at Cheesecake Factory, he says Dr.
Dr.
Luis.
Luis.
Exactly.
And he's still a resident.
Dr.
I think
Luis
he's 31.
Arturos.
31 years old.
31.
Yeah.
Okay, so 34 from
35.
35. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I said 35.
35 from
35.
Jason. 31 from
31.
Randy.
Jason,
Borg?
Randy, I think you guys should serve as a sandwich for my delicious cream because I would like to be in between you guys in terms of the ages, not in a physical intimacy
but that's
kind
okay.
of
I
thing.
appreciate that.
I would still accept that even.
Thank you. I would say 33 a year, 6 months.
Okay.
The 33 and a half.
Okay, you ready?
You first of all, how wrong are we?
No, well,
Dan?
You had the okay felt
No,
like
Dan's
these
about
guys.
to babysit.
Dan's
one
about
of
to
us
say
is
one of us
right.
is exactly right.
None of you are right. Okay. Luis Arturo
41.
Cisneros,
MMD.
the man who got stuck in the parking lot and then stuck with his hand on his junk and can only say no.
And then grabbed a cop.
And then grabbed a cop. That's the big offense.
Trifecta.
Okay. Play along at home, townies. Get your answers in right now and be honest on the Facebook page when you tell me what yours was. He is, I don't think anybody will get this right. He is 49 years old.
What? Oh my God! Is he an anti-aging doctor?
He looks unbelievable.
At the time of this photo?
49!
No way that
49.
dude is
There is
49.
no
He is
way that dude is
49
He
years
looks like
old.
he could be a fullback at like University of Miami.
He does
I'm
not
very
look
jealous.
49.
Honest to God, did any of you think I was going to say somewhere in the 20s?
Yeah.
I thought perhaps, yes.
I didn't
maybe
say 29.
But once I said you were wrong, I wondered.
Well, so the high hairstyle is very not 49 to
By the
me.
way, if you said 29, I would have been like, yeah.
Yeah.
He looks like he could be 29.
He is 49. The closest answer was 14 years off.
He might be the best looking for his age offender in any Dumb
the
People Town
history of
story
Dumb
that we've
People
ever
And,
had.
and do you think I'm wrong? No one's going to guess that.
Nobody.
right?
No.
Nobody.
This is a guy who has gone through his entire life being a good-looking doctor. Mm-hmm. So he thinks he can do
Yes.
no wrong.
Thinks he's above the law.
He thinks he's above
I mean,
the
he
law.
obviously works out. He still has football neck.
Yeah,
He does.
Football
Doesn't
back
it
at
kind of look
49?
like evil Wreck-It Ralph?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
I
got
see
the
it.
square jaw of somebody who believes he's right in every argument.
Yeah.
No.
That's what
Oh, you're
square
pointing at
jaws
your eye now.
represent
Now
this.
you're pointing. Oh, now you're pointing at me.
But
a
you could
good
definitely
boy?
see him with a sleepy eye, like a drunken sleepy eye.
That dude.
Wow.
All right, there you go.
There we
First
go.
story down in the books. I was completely fooled, and this is a picture that completely fools you. That's just the
know.
way it goes. God, that was a long story and beautiful.
That was great.
Flula Borg is with us, and you better stay with us on the other side of this break. We will talk to him, and we'll have other great stories. Stay with us, Dumb People Town.
It's a trying time that challenges all of our basic assumptions. However, one thing that brings us all together is our common humanity. Now, more than ever, teams must come together and work together to solve big challenges. And Trello is here to help. Trello, part of Atlassian's collaborative suite, is an app with an easy-to-understand visual format. Plus, tons of features that make working with your team functional and just plain fun. Teams of all shapes and sizes and companies like Google, Fender, and even Costco all use Trello to collaborate and get work done. With Trello, you can work with your team wherever you are, whether it's at home or in an office. No matter what device you're using, computer, tablet, or phone, Trello syncs across all of them, so you can stay up to date on all the things your team cares about. Keep your workflow going from wherever you are with Trello. Try Trello for free and learn more at Trello.com. That's Trello.com. Trello.com.
Hey guys, welcome back to DPT. As we mentioned, join the Facebook page. Please join. We got some exciting stuff coming around the corner. Next month, we're going to unveil something very cool.
Yes.
It's like our Patreon drip scenario. Where
And a way to give you guys more content. Because as Dan, Randy, and I have been out on the road and meeting townies everywhere, one thing that kind of has been coming across our plate over and over again is how much people want a little bit more. So we're finding ways to give you guys a little more and have you contribute.
Some of those opportunities will include all of our most loyal townies having the opportunity to become part of the show in even a bigger way.
Yeah.
So there's some great stuff.
All I
that's
can
coming
say
down
is
the
whenever
pipe.
we go do live shows, and in the third segment of the live show, we have anybody who has brought their own story come up and they get to put it, and then the three of us and our guests get to break it down. That is some of the most fun that we have doing those shows.
You know why it's so
because-
fun is because Dan gets to play too.
Yeah,
'Cause
Dan is the
doesn't
one
know
who
story.
runs the show in here, and then for Dan
There he
to be
becomes like us, and we all just get. I mean, he plays in here too, but like he has to sort of keep it going. So
How do you like to feel powerless in those moments? Just
Wonderful.
You
It's
like
powerful to feel powerless, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is actually.
That's so
It's a
cool.
new
Well,
energy for me.
I am so excited that Flula, you were with us. I was ecstatic when I sat home with my kids about 2 weeks ago, and we watched Ferdinand.
Oh, yes.
And you were fantastic as a voice in
Of
that.
one of the horses.
One of the horses. One of
Yes.
the uppity horses.
Uppity,
who were-
buppity horses.
Yes,
yeah.
they all
but you
thought
are
they were so
great.
good.
You're hilarious in it. You're great
Oh,
in it. I mean,
thanks.
I watched it with my kids in the theater.
They were
Oh,
laughing.
man.
They were laughing and loving it, and I was like, "Daddy knows this guy."
You
How
guys
great is
stop
that?
it.
It was
Thank you
really,
very
really
much.
good.
You've buttered me up very hard.
And of course, in the Pitch Perfect movie, I mean, just you've had a really lovely run of great work that I know you're doing.
Too
And I
bad
think
it's over.
It's done. So
today.
if
we have
this
to
is
tell you that it's
it.
all ending here. No,
Are you
but-
still making your music too?
I still make some interesting and dope techno and rapping things. Yeah.
One of the best
Yeah.
things I've ever seen you do is when you did
No diggity.
No Diggity in the car. So you
yes.
were doing it was a version of
It was before
carpool karaoke
like it's,
pre-recording.
you know how like this like Friendster and then Facebook happens. So
Yeah.
I was making the Friendster of carpool karaoke videos.
That's right.
But the no diggity was kind of unbelievable.
Who was the guy who
thank you.
did it with you?
His name is Chestersea. He's a man with a voice of a pelican.
Yes,
you know?
unbelievable.
Yeah.
You can just fit fish in there.
Oh,
at
so
any
many.
moment.
Exactly.
But he was incredible,
I thought
and
you
you
were
were
Anthony
amazing.
Davis.
So you can find that where on your YouTube channel.
You may find those on the YouTubes as well.
Which is, do you have a channel that is?
Yeah, it's just my name. You can Google my name and things will appear.
Great.
And I will say, unlike Anthony Davis, I don't shave. I do
shave your
I do
eyebrows.
shave my brows.
So I want to say this: is Dirk Nowitzki like a hero in Germany? Is he like they build statues to him actual size?
Are you referring to the greatest European basketball player of all time?
Tony
who's the top
Kukoc?
10 in slow down.
He let him finish. Who hasn't started a prostitution ring?
Exactly.
It is Dirk Nowitzki.
Listen, his nickname was Chicago Mope. I remember the Sports Illustrated article.
So Dirk Nowitzki.
Dirk, I will tell you this, I've just framed a photo of Dirk signing a thing to me and put it on my wall, and it is my
Did you
most...
meet him?
Yes, we have recorded an auto tunes together.
Get out of here!
Yeah.
And that's on your thing as well?
My first thing. So I wrote a love song to him called Dirk Nowitzki, German Moses. And then I made a video for it. And I released it in 2011. And it was a very lucky ducky time. It was right as they were playing the Lakers.
Yeah.
And they were not favored. And then, of course, Bynum did the J.J. Barea hip check. Do you remember this?
Yes. Poor J.J. Barea.
Oh, it was so sad. Yeah. He's doing fine. And so then they won this title. So now that is my connection to Dirk. And then we have become friends.
That is so good. So there's a player who's coming out of Michigan this year.
Oh,
Mo Wagner. He is the
Nasty.
best.
He's a nasty man.
And seems like a great kid.
And it seems like such a fun, good kid.
we got to get Mo and you together. How do we do that?
We must find out more.
I bet he knows you because he seems like he's kind of like
aware of that stuff.
like a woke kid. And he's
I'm
from
in
Germany.
the woke category. I appreciate
But
that.
woke Germans. I mean, if we wanted to make a list of woke Germans, I would put Dirk there, I would put Mo there, and I would put you there.
Me and Detlef Schrempf.
a little bit of shrimp. We'll shrimp it
never
up.
forget Detlef. Yeah.
Did you ever hear the Band of Horses song, Detlef Shrimp?
What?
It's a beautiful song.
Do you know Band of Horses?
Oh, well, I've heard.
It's a wonderful indie
no,
rock
it's
band.
not. Okay, then no. I had a different image.
It's an indie rock band, and it is.
They have
a song called Detlef Shrimp where they never reference him at all.
It's
I
not
love
about
this.
him or anything. It's just a beautiful song.
Beautiful
I will
song.
listen to this
Listen that
immediately.
song. All right,
Yeah.
let's listen to
You ready?
another story.
Here we go. This was sent by Meryl Barr, verified account. So she's dressing her handle for the title she wants.
That's right.
At Meryl Barr, MERRILL.
We know Meryl Barr.
BARR.
That's a lot of doubles.
I know.
Like Mississippi.
2 R's, 2 L's, 2 R's. As
My wife's
Jason
middle
goes
name
to
is
the,
Meryl.
goes to the phone to find
I want
out.
to make sure.
Is this a story written by Meryl Bauer or is
No.
she? Oh, okay.
Okay.
She could have.
Maybe.
Maybe she she got the byline.
Dylan McWilliams.
That's
a
has
character right
straight up dumb people town written all over his face. Dylan McWilliams.
D-Mac.
He played small forward in the film Blue Chips. I don't know if you remember.
He was the white guy that everybody trampled over.
That's correct.
And his,
Dylan?
like, tiny mustache.
Meryl Barr is a guy.
Okay.
And yes, let's just be clear about that. I don't
Okay.
wanna reference
Apologies to
this
Meryl
way.
Barr, although it's okay to be a guy or a girl. What was? Do you think you know that person?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I think we do.
Hey, it's our show. We can do whatever we want with it.
why not?
We're
Okay.
gonna just look up people we think we might know.
All day.
Dan, keep going. And we'll
Dylan
find
McWilliams doesn't believe that old saw about lightning never striking twice. Old saw is something I would like to Google and figure out how that
What is an
became a thing.
old saw?
I don't understand. It's rusty and not sharp.
Maybe an old saw, has been used a lot, so that it's an old saying, something that you've heard.
Overused.
Yes,
Overrun.
overused.
That old saw.
Yeah. Come help me on the Davenport. Okay, here we go.
The lanai.
Brazier. Dylan McWilliams doesn't believe that old saw about lightning never striking twice.
Because
Not after.
It struck 3 times.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
you're right. Not after he was attacked by a shark Thursday in the waters of Kauai, less than a year after he was mauled and dragged by a black bear in the wilds of Colorado, and certainly not after he was bitten by a rattlesnake in Utah over 3 years ago.
Okay.
All to be fair, he has not been struck by lightning one time.
Right,
That
but
is
he should
true.
still believe
So
in that.
why
sorry.
shift this belief?
Flula, you bringing up that old saw?
No, I cannot help it.
It's an old saw that has to
This
be brought
guy
up.
was attacked by a shark on on Thursday. Last year was dragged and mauled by a bear, and then 3 years ago was bitten by a rattlesnake.
This is why you don't taunt animals.
Well, but
they will get
Flula,
you.
Or go outside.
You're such a positive person. If this happened to you, would you still love animals?
Of course. Number one, how many times have you been like playing checkers or Othello with a friend and a bear mauls you?
Exactly.
Yes, a lot.
And that's on you.
That
Yeah,
old
exactly.
saw-
Your fault. If you're playing hopscotch with two cousins and a shark bites you,
Yes.
no, none of these things
Right,
happen.
you're in their world.
McWilliam, McBilly, McStompson has been exposing himself to these animals.
What did
Ian-
great comedian Ian Edwards
His
say?
best bit is
It's
that
not his best bit. It's a great bit of his.
one
He's
of
got
his
many
bits,
great bits.
His bit about a shark attack is not an attack.
You are in their house. You are, as he claims, trespassing.
Yes.
You're trespassing.
You're
Yes.
trespassing.
They are Macaulay Culkin. You are Joe Pesci.
That's right.
I always
They're
like when
Home Alone.
When a
Yes.
reporter just starts throwing out rhetorical questions, you can't. You're just here to give me info, not have him question me, and I can't answer you. What is it about the guy that draws dangerous predators with sharp teeth? I don't know. You're writing this
Tell
article.
us what it is about the guy.
Is it a pheromone thing?
Next sentence. Quote, I don't know. The visitor from Grand Junction, Colorado said Friday, quote, I'm either really lucky or really unlucky. I'm going to go with the latter.
Yes.
Guess
Is
what?
he not sure?
Lucky
I know,
people
he's not
don't
sure.
get mauled.
I mean, I guess he's lucky to be alive,
Okay.
but that's only because you... If any of you guys watched Lost in Space?
Not yet.
No.
That's like the guy... There's a line where the guy goes, that's like saying... I'm lucky like the lottery because I'm alive after a car accident, but you still got in a car accident.
Right.
Like it's saying like, yeah, you're lucky to be alive, but all this had to happen for you to prove you were lucky.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Look, you don't like on your iPad show a black bear, The Revenant. You don't do that to be like, look, we won because I got out of it.
Exactly.
No.
You know what I mean? He's gonna maul you.
Totally. As it turns out, McWilliams spends more time outdoors than most folks.
Apparently.
Apparently. He's a former tree trimmer, ranch hand, and
Is that feels like a pejorative term, like that old tree trimmer over there.
Yes,
You see that?
yep.
Like, it's like a teetotaler,
that
but
old
it's like
saw calling somebody
that
an
old
old
saw.
tree trimmer.
yeah. Well, look at this tree
What's
trimmer over here.
What's his name? Dickie McWilliams?
Dylan McWilliams, D-Mac.
D-Mac.
You know Dylan McWilliams, the tree trimmer?
That old tree trimmer. That old tree trimmer.
I don't know.
He's a former tree trimmer, ranch hand, and survival training instructor who loves extended journeys into the wilderness.
Stop it.
If ever there was...
Pick a career.
By the way, if ever there was an ad for your survival training, he survived.
That's true.
Yes, that's who you want to talk to, I suppose.
That's
You
who
know what I
I
mean?
want to
If
take
you-
with me on Naked and Afraid.
If you get attacked by a
Naked and
bear,
afraid.
I can tell you what to do. If you get attacked by a shark, I can tell you what to do. If you get attacked by a rattlesnake, I can tell you what to do. You show me one other survival person that can do that.
If you want to get attacked by those things,
I
come
can
with
help
me.
you.
Hang out with me.
Spend a lot of time with me.
I've lost a lot of good friends. As it turns out, he spends more times outdoors. All the things he used to do because he won't pick a career. He discovered the beautiful landscape of Kauai. Discovered, guys. Discovered it.
Yeah,
Nobody
Amerigo
knew.
Vespucci.
Yeah.
Good job.
Threw a flag down.
I mean,
First ever Vespucci drop here in Dumb People Town.
That's right.
Last year, when he backpacked solo around the island, this kid has too much time and too many funds. Although
Solo
I'm jealous.
backpack tells
Like,
me
is it weird that like I did read the Into the Wild,
Yep.
and I
Chris McCandless.
didn't really feel that. I didn't feel that bad for the dude.
No?
I'm like, look, I know your parents were kind of rough on you,
They
but
weren't that rough on you.
I was like,
They weren't that rough on
I'm
you.
like, you went into the wilderness, you thought you could hack it, you can't.
Right.
You ate the wrong berries, dummy. You died.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, sorry.
oh, did someone not know?
Shit.
Oh, no.
Look, everywhere you went,
You didn't watch a 10-year-old
everywhere you went,
obscure
people wanted to
independent
take you in and make you a part of their community.
And you couldn't
chose
handle
to
it.
Ate
go
the
out on
wrong
your
berries.
own. You picked the wrong
So
berries.
you ended up where you were heading, alone.
Right. And dead.
Now,
Alone and
the
dead.
movie Wild with Reese.
Oh,
Have you guys seen that?
I have seen that.
I've read the book.
Oh, is it great? Okay.
Right.
The movie is phenomenal.
Pretty great. Now,
Yes.
she didn't
Oh,
want.
good.
She wasn't looking to go out there and just be stuck.
No, she was trying to go through it.
She was trying to get through it.
She did.
And she did.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
She ate the right berries.
He discovered the beautiful landscape of Kauai last year when he backpacked solo around the island. He came back for another 2-week backpacking
Oh, wait, sorry.
tour.
He discovered Kauai?
Yes,
yeah,
that's
he
what I'm
did.
trying to tell
And
you.
then he gave him to Popovich and they
Leonard.
kind
Yeah,
of gave him the jump shot?
And now there's the issue.
Oh, now the ankle thing. Got it.
This is a Dumb People Town basketball lover's dream show.
Flula knows so much
About the
it.
NBA, it is insane.
Not
LeBron's
healthy.
good. Okay. He came back for another 2-week backpacking tour Sunday. I love when articles are like, you're just reading this now, so we don't have to give you any dates.
Sunday. Oh, don't give us a real date.
Ended up on the North Shore helping distressed residents clean up and move trees following last weekend's torrential storms and flooding. Good on you, Dylan.
Tree trimmer. I love this guy.
You're right. You know what? He was trained for success for helping
To be
people.
clear, are distressed residents just people who wear jeans that have been...
Yes.
Okay.
They're kind of
themselves.
a lighter wash.
They
Kind of
bought themselves
okay,
like that.
cool. Got it.
Well, those are de-stressed residents.
Oh, oops.
McWilliams observed the muddy coastal waters, and he knew that nearly all of the island was under a brown water advisory. Huge storm events like that are notorious for turning the water brown and luring sharks for an easy meal. So what would you not do?
Skinny dip.
Go in the water at all.
By Wednesday, however, he was itching to get into that surf and decided to head south in search of clear water. He found it at Shipwreck Beach, great name,
Jesus.
I'm not going to screw
At
this
Don't
up,
Swim Here,
POIPU.
sharks are circling beach.
Right. Part of the small section of the Kauai coastline not included in the brown water advisory. This is what I'd say. Yes, you found clear water, but you're on an island. You're already in a concentrated area of the ocean. And enough snarks are there for the brown water. How about just give everything
These are
time
very
to click?
snarky sharks.
They are.
They are.
They're
Snarky
very-
Shark
they'll
is my
eat-
favorite
Nice
Disney
distressed
XD
jeans,
show.
Dylan.
Exactly.
Did that shark just make a snarky comment?
Yeah, it's a snark.
Right?
It's a snark. Yeah, that's what I can't handle is when sharks make comments
mean,
that are judgmental and
Just
Well, hey, you're in their house.
I can't handle the snark.
You are trespassing in their
It's a good
house.
point. It's a good point.
It's a lot of snark coming my way.
McWilliams entered the water with his boogie board around 7:30 a.m.
Oh, I like it.
Bright and early on that Thursday morning, the water was clear, blue, and inviting with 3 to 5 foot waves. Swells if you're nasty.
He definitely, when no one is around, yells cowabunga.
Yes.
There were a handful of others enjoying the surf too. How many times did he say that to his parents?
I
or
wasn't
to
the only
team?
one.
I'm not the only one who went out
I'm
there.
not that dumb.
As he was heading back out, another wave knocked him off his board in 15 feet of water, about 30 yards from the shore.
Too far.
That's when he felt the searing pain in his right calf.
Ah!
At first I panicked, he said, quote, I didn't know if I'd lost my leg or what. McWilliams said beneath him was what looked like a 6 to 8 foot tiger shark. He saw the stripes. That's like its own sentence.
Yeah.
And he gave it a swift kick before launching into a desperate swim to shore. Just swim, dude.
Yeah.
Well, but you got to kick it to get it.
Momentum.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And then I was in New York, and this
Little
is
kick turn.
exactly like what this guy went through. But I was out in the water in Long Island, and I stepped on a crab, and the crab pinched my toe.
Just on the inside. Oh, not the inside of your thigh.
He clipped my thigh like Hannibal.
Yeah.
No, he pinched my toe, and I felt it, and I went quickly. I was like, "Ow, that hurt!" And then I quickly went to shore, and it like wouldn't stop bleeding. He got in there, and I'm saying this is a tiny. I mean, it wasn't that tiny, but I'm saying like this is a crab.
Right.
So imagine a shark goes after you in any way. I'm like, this is the smallest of all things, and I can't stop
But
bleeding.
this is happening after a bear and after a rattlesnake. This guy is stuck in some sort of final destination loop where death is trying to get him. And he needs Devin Soya to come help his ass
It
out.
can't.
You're right. He's
Can't
done
get
good
him
so far.
He's done so good.
It's amazing.
Death
Okay.
has tried. This is a failure for death.
The
I
scariest
agree.
part, I didn't know where the shark was in the water.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if he
I
would
looked
come
up.
after me again. On the beach, his calls for help were heard by a woman who came to his aid. She called authorities as he sat on the beach, his leg dripping with blood. He realized his injuries could have been a lot worse. He's already being like, on to the next.
Yeah.
Yep, on to the next.
Like, how can I
There's
get
a
raped?
coyote that
how
needs
can I
them.
get raped by an ostrich?
Is there a photo? I mean, I don't want to fast forwarding. Do we have photos of these injuries?
We have a photo of him.
Oh, okay.
I think his calf is bandaged.
Okay.
Where was I? Here we go.
The woman
After the
calls for
paramedics
help.
arrived, he turned down the expense of the ride to the hospital.
Too much.
I know. This is not the life he's living.
no.
I'm a backpacking tree trimmer.
I'm going to
not-
hitchhike.
Yep.
I'll thumb
I'm a
myself.
survivalist.
Tape it up and let me get bitten by some other animal.
Right. And the woman volunteered to take him for help. He owes this lady. She saved him and is taking him to the hospital.
Yeah.
Did they get married later?
They then got married. No. There he got 7 stitches.
Just 7.
I know.
See, no.
Okay, I know.
We are now upgrading Shark Attack to like slipped on an ice.
Suddenly,
Shark encounter.
suddenly my crab attack doesn't seem so bad.
I look at this 2 ways. I mean, 7 stitches, that's a coral rip. Right? Like you caught yourself on
Yes.
some coral. However, so I look at this 2 ways. One, looking at him, I'm like, dude. But then the other, I'm going to tell you guys right now, if a shark bumped me, I would be free. I might take medical help.
Oh yeah. I'd be like,
If a shark bit me, that would be the first story I tell at every party I'm at until I die.
Right.
Yes, but you are not Devin McMonkey
Whatever.
who loves
We're
to
not Googling
hitchhike
it.
in the nature and jungles.
You're right.
he
You're
doesn't
right.
go to dinner parties.
No.
Right. In July, Devin McMonkey Masters received 9 staples. Now we're getting a little bit more intense.
Fine.
In his scalp after a 280-pound black bear woke him up as he slept outdoors with other staff members at a summer camp near Ward, Colorado.
Was his hand on his penis?
Yeah, I was going to say, he's definitely the type of guy that sleeps naked.
Yeah, yeah.
They're like, Dylan, put it
this
back
is a
in.
summer
Nature, brah. Nature, brah.
Tell that
Wake
to the
up.
11-year-old Boy Scouts that are sleeping in that cabin over there.
I told you guys, I get out of my tent a half hour early, then you come out of yours.
No,
that's on
that's
you.
the
Hey,
rules.
don't come out if you don't want to see it.
Right. So a whole bunch of people were sleeping. This bear picked one person to grab by the head.
Dylan.
Eeny, meeny, miny, Dylan. Yeah.
The bear bit into the back of his head and dragged him some 12 feet, which I'm sure felt like a football field.
Yeah.
Dylan McWilliams said he remembers waking up to the sound of the crunching of his skull. And as he was being dragged away, he instinctively fought back, throwing punches and poking the bear in the eye.
No.
This guy's a fighter.
This guy's,
Well,
no, you don't believe it?
Says
You
no.
poke a bear in the eye.
Yeah.
Really?
He's
I
this is
accurate.
not
think
Three
he just
Stooges.
went up at anything he could get.
Yeah, I think he was fingers out, just trying to do something.
Oh, my God.
That's my mantra in life. Fingers out.
Fingers
trying
out.
to do
Right.
something.
Just start swatting at anything.
He dropped me as soon as I did that, Dylan remembered. The bear stomped on him and finally slunk away as other camp staffers came to the rescue. McWilliams told his story to ABC, CNN, People Magazine, hope he got money for that, and other news outlets, including television morning show Great Britain.
Oh, yeah. I love
Is that why we're using feet and yards throughout the
Maybe.
story?
Look, I don't wake up in the morning until I've seen my Great Britain.
Quote,
Oh,
if
I got
I
it.
push on the back of my head, it still hurts a little bit. Don't do that. Dylan McWilliams, Friday.
I love that he's got like like an adult fontanelle.
The teeth scars are still there, but the claw marks on his forehead have faded. It's crazy that another large creature would try to take a bite out of him in less than a year later, he said. Quote,
Dude,
I
let me-
guess I was just in the wrong spot at the wrong time. You're the wrong spot.
You're the wrong. You're like
Everything
a
about you.
you're like a danger hotspot Wi-Fi spot.
Right.
Like
Strong signal.
Every animal that could kill you is like, oh, I can plug in here.
I can
Great,
log into
perfect.
this dummy. This is what I'm telling you. Get an office job.
Right.
I don't care if your soul dies, but like work for Xerox.
Right,
you
your body
dummy.
won't. But luck was on his side, just as it was 3.5 years ago when a pygmy faded rattlesnake surprised him as he was hiking out of the canyon near Moab, Utah.
Sorry, pygmy faded
That's what it-
rattlesnake?
that's what it-
Faded like with the marijuanas.
Yes,
Faded.
and distressed.
Okay.
Turns out it was a dry bite which gave him only enough venom to make him ill for a day or two. Quote, my parents are grateful I'm still alive.
He is lucky.
No.
He is very lucky.
Yeah.
And
Now I'm starting to think he's super lucky.
He's just piling on. I had back surgery one time,
Right.
and then I fractured my ankle,
Right.
and then I had my wisdom teeth removed.
Right.
But I tried to say like the wisdom teeth thing was just as bad as all the other.
Right.
This
It
sounds
is
like a
bad.
little pile on, and then I got a little bitty
Well,
pinky from a snakey.
I think Jason hit the nail on the head. This guy at a party.
It's just
Is-
insufferable.
Hey guys, come around! I'm about to tell. They're already asking me.
You guys know
I know
about the
some of
time
you
when
have heard
I-
it. Some of
yeah.
you have heard it, but a couple people are asking me. Can we turn the music off?
No.
Can we turn the music off?
No, people are dancing.
Guys,
I
you're not
tell you
going to
that-
want to be at the bar when I tell the story. 'Cause I will start it over, but I'd rather not. Come on over.
It's the time I almost died from a rattlesnake. No, you were only sick for one day.
Just you hear that it's like,
I hate him.
kill me.
I
he
hate
comes
him
and
in his
everyone just
stories.
turns around and is like, go,
Receives no
go to the bar,
Evites.
go to the bar.
How old do you think Dylan McWilliams is?
Oh God,
He's lived 3 lifetimes.
he's young.
How old is he?
You want to go first?
26.
Okay.
26,
Jay, what
Jason
do you
and
think?
Randy.
He's 41.
I think he's 33, and I think he's just on the edge of like everybody in his life is like, you got to settle down.
Oh,
Everything is a sign.
Get your answers in. I'm going to say his age. Go ahead.
we don't have a face.
We do.
Oh,
But I'm
so
gonna
there's
show it
different
to you.
different rules now.
Because this one you'll have a good idea when you see it.
You played games.
Yes,
I'm going to turn it around to say it. You can see this photo. I'm going to tell you right now. He is dressed,
Exactly like the way you think he should be dressed.
yes,
He
no
looks
matter
like he
what
works
his
Wool
age is.
socks, Tevas.
He works at REI.
Knife on the hip.
Knife on the hip.
His flip flops have a bottle opener.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
you wait.
We know. Who
Okay,
he is.
get your answers in now,
Flip
Tony,
flop.
because Dylan McMonkey Masters
Yes.
is 20 years old.
Oh yeah. God, already.
Look
You
at
were
that
right,
look at that
Flula.
flip-flop action.
Yeah.
And look at the hip knife.
Hip
And
knife.
he has that
board
bandage.
shorts.
That bandage he wears for 4 more years.
Yes.
Guess I would say,
easy.
can you tell by the posture he's a little proud?
Yeah.
He's totally proud.
He's like striking the Captain Morgan pose.
Ready for the thought, can I put my foot on something?
Right, exactly.
So you
Captain
can
Morgan's
see the
what I thought,
bandage
too.
better.
I mean, it is just like a young person like that to be so done to be like, I can't waste this clear water.
If I'm
Get
his
out
parents,
there.
I'm like, stop, please stop.
But you can't because he's 20. He's not going to listen to you.
I'm just
He's not going
begging.
to listen to anybody. Getting bitten by and basically ravaged by 3 animals tells you that this kid is not listening to anything.
No. Not at all.
Certainly not reason. No. All right, that's story number 2.
Story 3.
Dan, we'll give me a taste of story 3. What
The
do we got?
worst disguise to rob a place in the history of Dumb People
I
Town.
cannot wait.
Oh, wow.
Stay with us through the break. Flula Borg is
Hello.
with us. We'll be right back.
Hey there, Adam Conover here. Humans Who Make Games is my podcast where I sit down with the people who created some of your favorite video games and have the kind of long-form personal conversation we so rarely get to hear. We talk about how they got into the industry, what their favorite games were growing up, and what it's like working in the trenches of this century's greatest new art form. This season, we've got a whole batch of new interviews for you. I talked to Kim Swift from Portal, Alex Preston from Hyperlight Drifter, Anna McGill from Control, and Alex Beecham from the game Outer Wilds. Whether you love video games or you just love learning more about other artists' creative process, I can guarantee you're going to love this podcast. So, you can get Season 2 of Humans Who Make Games wherever you get your podcasts. Take a listen.
All right, guys, welcome back to Dumb People Town. Final segment, bringing it on home.
Oh, we should mention our stand-up special available on Stars. On the Stars app is streaming. So if you want to stream it. Let the Stars people know. You can get the app for free for 7 days. Check it out. It's called Hipster Ghosts.
Hipster Ghosts.
Hipster Ghosts.
Hipster Ghosts, and then also Sklars and Stripes. is
Yes,
still-
on Audible. It's still on Audible, and we appreciate everybody who's left like a. It kind of works like podcasts, where if you leave a rating and a review, that really helps us out and helps it kind of move up the charts there. And so appreciate that. For everybody who's listened to Sklars and Stripes, tell us what your favorite chapters were. We are really excited to have put all that input, all that stuff out into the universe, along with this podcast on a regular basis. Thank you to everybody who's consumed it. Flula, any projects for you that are upcoming that folks can see you in, or what's the best way to see all the great stuff that you've done?
So every third Tuesday, I am at the farmers market from 6 to 6:30 a.m. on Franklin. In near
love
to
it.
Eckerberg. And I'm outside, and I have usually some vegetables in a basket.
And that is some of the best work that you've
Your
put out.
agent got you that?
No, I got that on my own.
Good for you.
You got to fight for those kinds of things.
you do.
Can't,
So
don't
the big
rely
roles.
on your
That's for you.
representation.
That's for you.
That's right.
just
So it's just that. Okay, so
Great.
look for Flula Borg at the Hollywood Farmers Market.
Farmers market.
And before we get into this, I just want to remind people really quick that on June 24th, I'm going to be co-headlining with John Roy at the Siren Theater in Portland. All the details will be coming out. When you're hearing this, it will already be out. So go to my Twitter or any of my stuff, and you can check out what I'm up to. And then for Denver, we just found out July 15th, we'll be doing a co-headlining show at the Bug Theater and all
that's
those
a cool
things.
theater.
That's a thing to do in Denver if you're alive.
There you go.
Yes!
Do you get it?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we'll take that too. We will
Okay,
take that.
cool.
Yep, there's a little bit of a discount.
Just fill
Yeah.
it. We've performed at the Bug Theater. It is amazing.
What a cool
and
place.
a cool area.
I can't wait. All right, here we go. Final story. Sent in by Joe Luttrell at The Gentleman Joe. Common
Luttrell's
spelling
pretty well.
all the way around. St. Mary's, Georgia. A burglar just north of the Florida border.
So he came
So
from
he
I
might have
love how
come
they're
from
pulling Florida
into their
this.
dumb story.
Florida now has seeped into the groundwater everywhere.
They're like,
else.
we're not going to let Florida get off. This place in Georgia is too close.
Yeah.
Isn't that the
Look, we're
Georgia?
Florida adjacent.
What's the Georgia-Florida line?
Florida
Isn't
Georgia Line is
Florida
a
Georgia
country
band.
a country band.
it a country band?
Oh,
Are
yeah.
there any
Very
German?
popular.
Is there any German country
We
music?
well, it's just Oompa stuff. We have our own kind of version of it, you know,
Right.
with the Schuhplattler.
Lederhosen
Yes,
and the- yeah.
But we of course love American country music very much.
That feels more like polka stuff, though, right?
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
The
Who's
That's
like
big
the
in my
biggest?
family.
Who's the biggest like German pop star in recent time?
Well, I'm a bad person of asking, but I can tell you, like
Who'd you grow up one that you loved?
Oh, well,
Falco.
Oh, Falco is dope.
course,
huge.
Falco is right before
Is he like DJing parties at this point, or is he dead?
Well, he expired, but maybe he could be like Elvis, where he and Elvis are like spooning at night and DJing
by the way,
day.
if you said
Nena,
Nina, look at you jumping it. Oh, massive.
Nana did comedy, didn't she? Later in life, it is on her Wikipedia page that she said she did comedy. Is that
will-
true?
fact that you know that.
I will tell you, I'd ignore these things because it shatters my reality. I've seen The Wire, and I'm very annoyed when I see bubbles on a normal show like Two and a Half Men.
Yeah, right.
So
Yeah.
this is same with
Fine.
Nena.
Okay,
Post 99 Luftballons, I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't want to know. I can't know.
She's
99
but like
red
she
balloons.
looks good now. She still looks good. I saw a recent picture of her.
I like that you know this.
because you're listening to this song.
I mean,
you're
those are our two like
Nana and Falco.
Well, you know Scorpions, of course.
Oh, yes.
You know, and Rammstein. You know,
Yes,
Rammstein.
Rammstein,
Yeah. So you know these guys.
Although I
I
call
saw
them
Scorp-
Rammstein.
That's fine. Fattest Brot is a great hip hop group.
What
They're
is?
called Fat Bread. Fattest Brot. Check them out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Okay, so does everybody know who you are? Everybody in that-
Nobody.
Come on.
Oh, in Germany, no. I am no. It's like
People
like
in Germany don't know who you are.
I like to make it very confusing, and also this way I can go to Germany and have a delicious
Yep.
meal,
Yep.
and no one is like, who's
have
this?
a worst,
You have
a
a
Wurstketcher.
Yeah, oh, nice.
I was going to say a Bavarian pretzel under the Glockenspiel in Munich.
So romantic, right?
Isn't that gorgeous?
Name something more romantic
in
than
that
this.
Name something more romantic than a Bavarian pretzel underneath the Glockenspiel in Munich.
Yeah, I would say a Lebkuchen underneath the Frauenkirche in Nürnberg.
Thank you.
Probably.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wanna hear more
I'm
about
going to
this?
give you on that one. Let's hear more about this dumb.
I'm gonna go ahead and assume you're right.
A burglar just north of the Florida border must have thought a disguise was mandatory to commit a crime. So,
It is.
not a good one. You just have to have
You got to be disguised.
something.
He
And
Googled
it
it.
isn't even Halloween, so you're gonna have to hunt.
Because how else can you describe the lazy mask he chose?
Lazy Mass, one of my favorite Andy Samberg songs.
The man attempted to rob a GameStop while wearing a plastic bottled water wrapper over his head. And I'm going to show you guys this photo. And you'll see one of him just walking around every day.
Normal.
And then to the left of that photo,
The plastic water bottle.
I'm Arrowhead
guys,
Man.
this is what he thought was a good disguise. And I cannot wait for the people listening to this to go to the Dumb People Town Facebook page.
And see it.
Let's see how dumb he is.
Oh my God!
No.
It's a
like
clear.
he's-
hold
he
on.
put
It's
a
like he's
clear.
from the future.
He
right,
put
Flula?
a clear plastic bag.
So you can totally see his face.
You
Oh, I
can
love this.
100. He just thought, I gotta have a
So no,
disguise.
it is.
I want you to know that he's in khaki pants.
Yes.
He does
Yeah.
not look like most. I mean, he did wear a black shirt.
Does he look like he runs? Look at him running.
He definitely-
also-
Running, he looks heavier than he does when he's just standing.
The
Yeah.
cameras, he's wearing the same wardrobe, so clearly he was already in front of surveillance cameras before
he put
placing.
that thing
and then
on.
he's like, "What do I gotta put something on here?"
So he reached in the store and found something.
Do you know how, like,
I
when you put a
don't know.
stocking on somebody puts a stocking on their head, it distorts their features in
Yes.
a way that you can't tell it. This
Yes.
somehow makes his features come out even
Yeah,
more.
it does.
Brings
It
out his
somehow-
eyes
It makes
a
his
little bit.
features look more pronounced.
More pronounced. It has put him into sharper
I
clarity.
hope he had a friend drive him to go steal the new God of War from GameStop, and then they said, "You're not going to wear a disguise?" And he's like, "Well,
What do I got? What
and
do
then
you
he put
have?
down. It's like, "Is this good?" Like, dude,
Yeah,
that is
it is
perfect.
great.
It's
Yes.
actually that type of plastic. It distorts the camera. They can't see you if you wear that.
Dude, you're like
But
a
any
ghost.
friend who says
like
put
a ghost.
any friend who says put a bag over your head is not your friend.
Like, I'm imagining this guy who's not in the best shape is suffocating in this bag.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And
Oh, yes.
probably on the verge of death.
In the photo to where he doesn't have the disguise on, his eyes are closed, so he always takes bad photos.
Terrible.
And then you notice too, he decided I'm going to cover my face, which he had no thought of into doing. He also has an exposed tattoo on his right forearm.
Nothing.
Stop.
Yeah.
More
Why
ways
don't
to
you wear
identify
your
me.
social security
Sleeves
number
on the
on
front.
your shirt?
Sleeves.
Or you're like, I wear somebody else's social
That's
security
exactly
number.
how you do
Yeah.
it.
This is the dumbest person we may have ever encountered.
The burglar appears to have happened about 1:19 a.m.
About and then a specific.
Yes, I know. Thank
love
you,
it.
sir. That happens so much. in this town.
Bartlett's out at 1.
Yep.
He's like, where am I going? I got 19 minutes.
What are we
to-
knocking off here?
Appears to have happened at 1:19 a.m. April 13th at the GameStop location on Georgia Highway 40. Add that to the Dumb People Town Walking Tour. According to a Facebook post by the St. Mary's Police Department, the disguise was entirely see-through and did absolutely nothing to hide his identity. The crook might have just worn a name tag while rummaging the store. However, this is what I love. We'll get out of here on this. Give the thief some credit. because as WJXT reports, he's able to get away, and police have yet to
This guy's still at large.
Yes.
I mean, this is going to sound like a bad joke because he is a big guy. He's still at large.
Oh.
I'm not even going to say it.
That's a great joke. That's a great joke.
You guys...
That's
so who's
dumber, the cops
that's what
or
I was
this
gonna
guy?
say. We
Who
started
is
out
dumber?
being like, this guy was like, if this was a horse race, he was 9 lengths out in front of the pack the whole time, and at the end, the cops made a mad dash to the finish line,
Of being
and they're
the dumbest.
They haven't caught him.
Wait, do they know his name?
No, they know exactly what he looks like in a small town in Georgia.
And a tattoo.
And a tattoo
as well.
And his name's, they've put it all over the internets and all over the TV shows.
And now it's on the Dumb People Town Facebook page. If you know this guy.
If you're him.
If we can solve this crime, Dumb People Town.
What if we become...
You like cereal?
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, we're trying with the Sheboygan pooper.
The Sheboygan clogger.
Dumper, yeah,
The
whatever it
clogger.
was.
Any updates? Do we have some updates?
No,
It's not,
yeah.
but we're trying.
We're trying.
There's a possibility. We talked to our friend Rachel Lander's boyfriend Paul, who is talking about trying to find a way to maybe bring us to
up
Sheboygan.
to Sheboygan. If
to
we
do
are
a
there,
live Dumb People
we
Town.
might have to try and find
Come
the
turn
Sheboygan
yourself
clogger.
in.
Turn yourself
come
in
to
on
the
the
show.
show.
Yeah.
We'll give you immunity. Can we grant that? Can we grant immunity?
We'll grant
Yeah,
you
of
a
course.
pardon.
Yeah.
We'll grant you a
in Dumb
pardon.
People
In
Town,
Dumb People
we don't
Town.
extradite at all.
No.
Do you guys have some swag at least he could have?
Oh, we totally
We
have swag.
intradite. We intradite into
Oh, I
Dumb
like
People
that.
Town.
Yeah, we bring you into the town.
we bring you in.
Schwabagger.
I just love that this guy got away. Like, that's Dumb People Town cops right there. Like, they're arguing with
Nothing
their
we can
sergeant.
do.
What do you want us to do?
Nothing we can
We don't
do.
even know the guy's name.
We don't even.
Yes, we can see every feature on his face.
Not enough.
Not
Sorry.
enough.
Not enough.
Nope.
I don't know.
All right, guys, that's our stories.
There's the show.
Wow.
There you go.
Although I want to leave on one thing, and Flula, you have spoken about your love for Dirk Nowitzki and his love back to you.
Yes.
If you could, and I'm going to put you on the spot.
Spot
right
me
now.
up so
I'm
hard.
going to spot you up on the low.
We're gonna post you up
I'm
on the
gonna
low
post you out
post.
on the low
Get me
post.
down
So you
there.
can
You only
fade
have 3 seconds.
That's
You have to
right.
get out of
Get
there.
it out of the
Defensive
lane.
3 seconds, player.
You can fade away.
I want you to come up with, and you feel free to use any German words you want.
Yeah.
Come up with a poem to Dirk Nowitzki
About what he's meant
what
to you.
he's meant to you, and maybe even all of Germany.
Dearest of Dirk, I have watched you work. I have not looked at your taint, but I enjoy your moves in the paint. I ain't no booty kisser, but I hope you never miss a 3-pointer again.
That was
Flula
well
Borg.
played.
Amazing,
And
man.
heartfelt. And heartfelt.
It's a little something for the kids that we throw at the end of
Love
each
it.
show.
Love
That is it. Thank you guys so much for listening, and thank you for hey, if you feel it, throw a little love on the old iTunes.
Yeah, do.
Doesn't hurt.
Rate it.
Write a
and review
little
it.
rating review.
Rate and review and just enjoy that. Thank you, Flula. And oh
Thank
shit,
you.
we got to get back to work.